What's up, guys? It's Lordsevein, and this is another Captain's Vlog. I had a couple things that I wanted to cover. I know I said to be doing this about once a week, and so it felt to be about the right time. First thing I wanted to cover, Halloween. It's Halloween, my absolute favorite holiday of the year. Love this stuff. You can see I've got some stuff behind me. Stuff behind me. I have Bob. He is my skeleton. Actually, someone asked about the skeleton up here on the dresser. They asked about that. They're like, what the hell is that behind you? I'm really weird, and I like skeletons a lot. I don't know why. So, like, they're actually hanging on my wall throughout the year, even though it's not Halloween. I don't know. I just like them. But I also have lights now. You can see my kind of ghetto light stringing job. I really just kind of nailed them up. But these are Halloween lights. They're not Christmas lights. They're Halloween lights. Up here I have, like, roundish pumpkins and then, like, skulls. And then different pumpkins and ghosts going down there because it's awesome. I like lights. And at Christmas, I'll have lights like all over the place because I like lights as well. So I'm a big fan of Halloween. Tonight, I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. There we go. You can see my shirt here. Went to that. A lot of fun. If you guys don't do that, I highly suggest it. It's where you kind of go and watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show in kind of a big group. And you yell stuff and throw stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's really hilarious. If you don't know what it is, go check it out. I'm sure there's one that's going to be playing around you somewhere. I'm not sure where, though. So, and I think tomorrow I'm going to go back out and have a couple of drinks with Whitney and just kind of hang out and, you know, look at people in costumes. I'm not going to be in costume myself because I failed and didn't make one. Eek, sorry. So, that's Halloween and one of my favorite holidays. Let me know what you guys are doing in the comments. Love to hear about it. Next thing I wanted to cover, the graphics card video is postponed until next week. As I started to kind of look at it and think about it, it's actually pretty in-depth, so I want to make sure it's a completely its own video. I don't talk about anything else about it. It's just, that's the video. Because there's a lot of points in it, and I want to make sure I do a thorough job kind of describing my purchase and why, so that other people can use that information. Because I get that question all the time. I want to make sure I answer it well. So that'll be middle to late next week when you guys have that. The next thing, I want to talk about the mini-series format that I'm doing. I'm doing it right now with Terraria Hardcore. You guys seem to be really liking that, and I appreciate your support. Please continue to give it a lot of likes and comments. Let me know what you like, don't like, suggestions you might have. It's all good. I want all of that. And I'm doing that format because I like the freedom it gives me. Doing a full Let's Play of a game is very daunting. And a lot of people don't realize it. I don't really realize it sometimes when I do it. Not saying I don't like doing Let's Plays. It's just for a longer game, it's a big commitment. Because you have to I know that not everyone does this, but I like to have a nice bit of polish to my stuff. So I'll have like a nice intro, sometimes an outro, good editing in it, make sure it's clean, that kind of stuff. And that all takes time for each individual episode, let alone developing it for every single episode that goes along. So it's really difficult. I'm going to continue Doom, for example. Once I figure out this, I'm having a graphics card issue with Doom. I don't know what's up. It's like freaking out. There are big weird slowdowns at certain parts, and the rest of it's fine. And my graphics card should be able to way handle that game. So I'm trying to figure that out. Once I do, I will continue this series, don't worry. But I think new Let's Plays are going to be few and far between because I want to be able to finish the content. And what I'm doing now is kind of mini-series. I can jump in, jump out fairly quickly. I can give a good ending to something rather than just letting it kind of stop. And I can give a good ending and things like that. So like the Terraria Hardcore is great because it's a hardcore character. If he dies and I don't want to continue, I don't have to continue. I can move on to something else, or I can if I want to. And I can have a lot more freedom. I know you guys know I'm a little ADD when it comes to things, and if I don't want to play something, then I really just don't want to play it. Like if I don't want to play Terraria anymore, then I like making videos for Terraria. Not only does that like feel daunting to me, but it also, when I do make videos for it, they don't come out well, and I just don't publish them because they're bad. And I don't want to do that to you guys. So I'm going to be doing more of that in the future, and hopefully that equates into more variety and quality content on the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let me know what you think. The next thing, more Blackbeard is incoming. It's going to be later this week, and we're going to do probably at least an episode a week, if not maybe an episode or two a week. going forward, because Ian's working on some projects, and he and I both agree that it's time for some more Blackbeard's Castle to kind of help things along, get some more interest going before 1.1 comes out, because Terraria is awesome. And that leads me into my next point, which is my live stream channel. Today, it's actually 12:46 in the morning. Jesus, it's really late. I need to go to bed. But this, yesterday we went, or technically yesterday, earlier today, we did a live stream, Ian and I, on my channel at 4 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what that is for everyone else. I know it's like 2 for California guys. People in on the East Coast, I think it's 5 o'clock for you guys. I'm not sure what it is for everyone else. I guess you guys can just look that up on Google. But we did Blackbeard's Castle, and it was a blast. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff and what we do and kind of our process and all that, feel free to check out the archives. I appreciate you guys who go to those and kind of bear through some of the weird things that happen. My internet seems to hate me, and Skype seems to hate me. I don't know what I did to offend them, but they don't like me. So there are some starts and stops, and hopefully that'll clean itself up as time goes on and I figure out the correct settings for my internet so it stops hating me. But it's a lot of fun. I'll be doing those once a week on Sundays, and maybe sometimes in the middle of the week when I have time, but most of the time on Sundays, usually about 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys come out to those, I really appreciate it. And I also have created a Steam group to kind of go along with it, because I love the live streams, because I can ask you questions and talk to you guys like kind of in real time, rather than here where it's just like comments and stuff like that. It always feels like I'm talking at you and you guys are talking at me, and then we don't really talk to each other, we just kind of talk at. And so I like that format, but I want to be able to do things like play more games with you guys. So you can join my Steam group, which is Lordsevein. Just go to groups, type Lordsevein. You'll find it. Anyone can join, and on there you'll see like when my upcoming events are and any announcements I might have, and best of all, you'll be able to see when I'm online, and you'll be able to like invite me to games, or I can invite you to games, and we can play stuff like Left 4 Dead or multiplayer stuff pretty easily, which is something I really want to do more of. I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, can we play together? I want to say yes, but sometimes it's hard, and this will make it a little easier. So join that group. Anyone can join. I really appreciate it. You guys can do your own stuff and kind of get together, and we can all have this nice big happy family, which I like. Also, for those of you who have Twitter, I have a Twitter as well. It's always in the link below. To all this stuff, it's always in the links below. You can just click on it and go to it. But follow me on that if that's your deal. And I also have that blog that I haven't updated in a while. We'll probably update in the future. It just has some extra content. Check that out. It's a lot of fun. Also below. So that is it for kind of my updates, but I did want to answer 2 questions. I know I started to say last vlog that I would start answering questions, and I'm going to do that. In the last video, there were 2. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my questions over here. There were 2 people who asked some really good questions, so I'm going to answer those 2 questions. First question is from Z13J, who asks, if you could have any video, if you could have, come on, Sandy, read. If you could have any video game made, like a game out of your imagination, what would that game be? What genre, setting, features, etc.? To answer your question, Z, it would probably be an RPG. Although I'd probably also steal a lot of elements from other games, because I'm kind of ADD. I like a lot of different things, and just one single gameplay, unless it's really highly polished, wouldn't really grab me. And I like kind of the open world feel to things too, like Oblivion and like the Elder Scrolls series. You can kind of do things how you want. I really like that. I like Minecraft. It's open-ended, but has goals that you can move towards if you want, but you can do it kind of at your own pace. I like that. But I also like how like Knights of the Old Republic had a card game, like kind of inserted into it cleverly. It's kind of like a gambling game or whatever, and I thought that was really cool. And just little aspects like that. I'd also probably put it in a setting similar to, I'm kind of a D&D nerd, just a warning. I've kind of developed my own world if I ever were to DM. I haven't yet. I may in the future, depending. But I kind of made the setting. Some of it's unique, some of it's fairly generic, but that's where I'd probably say it'd be similar in the same vein as Oblivion, but there'd be some changes and things like that. It would be more a combination of a lot of different things, like different animes that I've seen or different movies, and that kind of stuff. So, in a nutshell, that's what it'd be. The next question comes from Indrid, who asks, if you could play any musical instrument, what would it be? Not limited to well-known stuff like violin, piano, and bassoon, or whatever. And to that question, I have to answer truthfully, I'm a music performance major. I actually graduated with a bachelor's in music performance. Ironic as it is. I'm hoping to do more with that in the future. My ultimate goal is to be an orchestral conductor. You know, the people who wave their hands in front of an orchestra. It's a lot more complicated than that, but you know, it's kind of the layman's end of things. That's my ultimate goal. In order to do that, you have to get a lot of experience beforehand, kind of in the trenches, I guess is what they call. It's kind of like when you want to be a teacher at, say, like a university. You have to spend a lot of time in classrooms and a lot of time student teaching and blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe some experience in the public school system before you get up there so that you kind of know what to do when you get there. Or like if you're going to be a major CEO, you spend a lot of time in the company kind of moving up the chain or whatever, so that once you get up to that top point, you know the whole process kind of inside and out. It's a similar thing with music. Once you want to get up to the highest levels of music, you know, performance and things like that, you kind of have to go through the trenches. So right now I'm doing something else until I can get to that point. But I am a music performance major, and my instrument was clarinet. Trust me, it's not as as it sounds. It's actually, I like the clarinet. It's a decent instrument. However, if I could go back and do it over again, piano. All the way piano. Like, no question piano. Trust me, if any of you guys want to play an instrument, I 100% recommend piano. You get, in college, if you were to do it in, like, college and whatnot, you can pay your way just in, like, people pay you to, like, accompany them, so, like, you play the piano while they play whatever instrument they're playing, and they pay you, like, hundreds of dollars to do this, and for very little work on your end. It's a sweet deal. That, you can, like, write your own music and play it. Like, if you ever write a girl a song on the piano and then play it for her, like, you're so in. Not what I meant. You're so, like, you're golden, though. You're, like, that is the thing. And people have done that before, and it's not fair. It's like, you try and play, like, the clarinet for your girlfriend, good luck. You try, turn around and play the piano, yeah. It's awesome. Plus, you can, like, do that in, like, the public. You can just, like, sit down and just start playing stuff, and people are like, oh, it's awesome. You, like, get out, like, a trombone and start playing it. People are like, what the hell is wrong with you? So that's the answer to those two questions. I've answered a lot of other ones in the comments. Like the last video, if you will put your comments down below and ask me any question you want, I will answer some of them in the actual video and in the next vlog, which hopefully will be a lot less, a lot shorter. That's what I'm trying to say, not a lot less, a lot shorter than this one. I will answer those at the end of that too, just a couple of them, the best ones. So ask any questions you want down below. Let me know what you think about the new stuff that's going on the channel, and have a great Halloween, guys. Otherwise, peace out.